Yells!
What is up, YouTube? It's Ubu the Tech Guru coming straight at ya. How is everybody doing? I'm doing fan-tiddly-astic. And today we're continuing on with my crash site and Spears capture spots video. So let's take a look at the overhead map. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 8 crash site locations on Financial District. Now, as I've said in all the other maps, the first crash site is going to depend on where everybody's at. Sometimes it's going to crash where it did right now, or sometimes it's going to crash down below, right there inside the tube in the center of the map on Financial District. So this first crash site location, it really doesn't have anything, any particular good crash site locations to hold the crash site from, in my experimentations. So this is going to be one of those ones that you're just going to want to be armored up and, running around in circles, or, definitely armored up and jumping around so that you can't get sniped. Some of the heavy traffic routes are obviously going to be from jumping from across the way from the center over there. There is a spawn over there back behind the A spear that people are going to be coming up this ramp this way. And then, of course, there's a spawn over back that way, and people are going to be coming up this ramp here. So there's only 3 ways to get to this particular crash site location, which I pretty much just showed you the 3 ways. There's one, from across the way you can jump across, or you can come up either side of these ramps, because right in front of the crash site is a pretty steep cliff, and there's no way to jump directly up on top of the crash site from down below. I mean, you can get close to the edge here and jump up, but it's not directly on the crash site. So, that's pretty much it for the first crash site. Really nothing special about it. Then you can jump across here to keep yourself in the middle of the game, to keep yourself in the middle of the action. There's hidden ledges that you can kind of go up here if you want to stay out of cover when you're running around the center, as I'm doing here. And the next crash site location is right here. And the unique locations for holding this crash site, there's a spawn that's right over here in this direction, which is the C spear location. And so you're going to want to watch out for nades coming from that direction. You can hold it from over here and on top of this rock here and be able to jump up and see if people are going to be spawning over there and coming at you. Another heavy traffic route will be obviously coming from over this direction here. And then, of course, if somebody does get a running start down this ramp here, they could do an air stomp. But I'm guessing you'll be able to see them coming at you by the time that they, are able to jump and air stomp you. So I don't think that's too much of a worry. So, this one doesn't really have any unique spots, just basically to capture it and hold it from behind cover, behind these rocks possibly. But I guess that's something you're going to want to take note of too, is people jumping over the rock and then air stomping you from that spawn over in that direction. So other than that, you're just going to want to armor up again and, run around in circles or jump up and get down. So that's pretty much it for that crash site. As I've stated in almost every one of these videos, you're always going to want to look up in the sky to see where the crash site's coming. This one's a little more tough because the this building is right in the middle of the map, so you can't really see across the map in the air. But so this is the other location that the crash site will sometimes land at the beginning of the game, and it actually shares a location with the B spear. And there's really nothing unique as far as capture spots for holding this crash site, except for possibly there's none on this side, because as you try to get behind the wall to get yourself cover, you can hold it right here a little bit, and that way you're out of the direct line of fire from people coming from that way. But you can't do it really on this side here. You're still pretty much in the line of sight. But this side you can hold it a little bit, and like I said, get some good cover so that you're not directly seen from people coming from the C spear and spawns over on that side. But this corner would probably be the best one. As you can see here, I'm holding the crash site, and my body is completely, not visible to the line of sight from people coming from that direction over there. The heavy traffic routes are basically just two sides. You got people coming from this side, obviously, and people coming from this side over here. Sometimes you can actually catch people, coming down the tube and catch them before they even get close to the crash site, or up above the tube up there. Other than that, that's pretty much it for that crash site. The only real unique location to hold it was in this corner over here. So moving on to the next crash site. This map is really difficult to see where it's coming next, but as you can see, I do see it up there. So it's going to drop right down here, just past this tube, and this is an interesting one. It has a few good spots to capture it from up here on this ledge, so that I don't know how good it is, but it's a spot that you can hold it from. As you can see, you can catch people coming through the center of the map, through the center of the building, and you'll be away from the line of sight coming from inside the tube. But other than that, there's a spawn down over here, so people will be coming from over here. There's a spawn just past this rock right down over there, and people will be coming over this way. Other than that, there's really nothing unique about this particular capture spot. You're definitely going to want to have armor on, jumping around. You're going to want to have people obviously covering your backside flank over from this direction. People covering this the tube, because people come in through the tube, and then you're going to have somebody up on top, up here on this ledge. People come from around this corner as well. They'll be coming up this ramp towards you as well. As you can see, there is one of the pinger drop locations on Financial District. I really haven't been showing the pinger locations on these particular capture spots for crash site and Spears videos, but when I see the pinger, I point it out. It lands there sometimes, and then it also lands on the other side, diagonally on their side of the building. So this next crash site location is over here by the A Spear. It's not exactly in the same spot. The A Spear is on the other side of the airplane over there, which we'll go into later on in the video. But this one doesn't really have any, capturing spots, holding the crash site spots, in my opinion. There's kind of a tricky hiding spot down here. You can you fall into this little tunnel, or this little hole here next to this tree stump, but you're at pretty much a really disadvantage. If somebody comes up above you and starts shooting down at you, you're pretty much going to get killed right away. So, I don't know how much I suggest holding the crash site from that location. You're just going to want to watch the areas, people jumping across from the center of the map towards you this way. People will be coming from spawns over in that direction. Sometimes people will sneak up, from underneath. They'll sneak up here and then be able to jump up. They don't have to go all the way down to the bottom of the ramp down here to get up there. They'll sneak up from the side, like right here, to kill you, or even sneak up from this other side, just jump up and grab the ledge like that. And then obviously this helicopter here, there's you can hold the X button and it will turn on the chopper blades, so you'll be able to see them turning on now, and that will kill you. So if somebody turns on those blades and then you come up from either the ledges or from the bottom trying to get to the crash site, the blades will kill you, so that's something to take note of. Now the next crash site is down over here at the end of the broken down semi-trailer. This one, you're provided some great cover by this rock from people coming from that direction over there if you're holding the crash site right here, but you're definitely going to want to watch your right side flank. Again, there's a major spawn over in that direction over there, so people are going to be coming from that direction. Nades are going to come flying in from every which way, so you're always going to want to make sure you're jumping around and have armor on to make sure you don't get naded. You can actually hold the capture spot crash site from up on top of this rock, which allows you to get some an elevated view of the map to see where people are coming from. I think people can even run and jump off of this ledge here and possibly air stomp you if you're at the outer edge over here of the crash site. So that's something to take note of. But other than that, this one doesn't really have any unique spots. This map, Financial District, really didn't have too many unique crash site locations. I mean, for holding the crash site. So this one should go by pretty quick. The only thing that really takes the amount of time is waiting for the crash site to end and then waiting for the next one to spawn in. I mean, I know I could cut the video up and make it so that I just kind of go crash site to crash site really quickly and edit up the video, but I don't know, I'm just kind of doing it this way, just the way I've been doing it with all my other videos. So now the next crash site location, as I already stated, it's kind of hard to see where the crash site plane is just because this big building in the middle, but it's over here, you can see, and you can, there's a way to jump and you can just barely catch the edge and lift yourself up. But this crash site location, you can capture it and hold it from behind these beams to watch out for snipers from inside the the center of the building over there. You can't capture it. Once you drop off the ledge, you're not holding it anymore. So that's just something to take note of. Oh, actually, right there you are. Nope, I'm not anymore. So I don't know what that's about. It's probably not advantageous to hold it down there anyway because, you're really going to get shot in the back by people. So, the heavy traffic routes, again, are going to be people coming from the A-Spear location over in that way. And then, of course, people coming from spawn over there. And then there's spawn over there, obviously. So, this one, you just pretty much want to armor up and, ensure that you're jumping around and to prevent yourself from getting bowed or sniped, from a long distance. So that pretty much wraps it up for this crash site location. I'm trying to think, I did say that there was 8 crash site locations on Financial District, and I think we only have a few left, 1 or 2 left. There's going to be one at the top of this ramp, which is where it just crashed. So this one, I would have thought that you would have been able to hold the crash site from up on top on these ledges. Like the last map I just did was East River, and you're able to hold the crash site from the second floor, not on the main floor that it was on. But apparently this map, they didn't make that same mistake, and you can't hold the crash site from up on these ledges up here that I had showed you guys earlier. This is a good way to get around the center of the map and stay out of people's vision, is up here, in these rafters or whatever you want to call them. But you can't hold the crash site from up here, so it really does you no good. The heavy traffic spots are going to be people coming from that spawn again. You're going to want to watch out for nades, people coming from this direction, and then obviously people coming from either side over here. And definitely going to watch out for snipers over in that direction. People are going to be coming up this ramp here. So, again, it's just important to have your armor on, running around. You want to always have people watching, all your flanks and your sides, so you're going to want like a couple people on the crash site and then the rest of your team, watching flanks, maybe not necessarily on the crash site, but keeping the enemy at bay so that they can't even get close to the crash site. That's going to definitely ensure that you got a W. So I believe that was the last crash site location. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe there's one more. No, I already did this one. Alright, so let's get into the spears now. Alright, so now looking at the spears locations, you can see that there's only one spear that shares a location with the crash site pods, and that's going to be the B spear. And you can see on the overhead map there that there is crash site locations near the A and the C spear, but they're not exactly on it. When you first get into the game here, depending on where you spawn. So here they've spawned me next to the A spear, and the unique location for capturing the A spear, in my opinion, is I mean, you can sit out in the open, obviously, either, you know, cloaked out or armored up, but in my opinion, it's going to be over here on the side of this ledge here. People are never going to expect you over here. Nades that come flying in from, you know, the center of the map over that way are going to land over in this direction generally. And if you're over here, you know, holding the crash site, you're also out of the direct line of sight from snipers, you know, over in that direction. So that's going to be your best location to capture the A spear, in my opinion. And then, of course, you're going to want to watch out for the spinning blades here. You know, if somebody turns them on and your intention is to jump over and get the A spear, do not go into those blades because you will eat it and die a horrible death. So for the next spear is the B spear, which does share a location with the crash site location, as I already stated. And as far as capturing it, there's really no, you know, unique location. You can't even capture it from behind this wall like I could with the crash site location. So this one, you know, you're definitely just going to want to be armored up. You're going to want to cap it with one other person, because that way you're able to watch one side and your partner is able to watch the other side. You know, and at least if they die, they call it out and tell you that they're dead, and you're able to, you know, then turn around and hopefully finish off, you know, get the kill and finish off capturing the B spear. That wraps it up for the B spear. And now going over to the C spear, again, it's close to the crash site one of the crash site locations, which is here, but it's all the way down at the end of the map here in the corner. And the unique locations for capturing the C spear, you know, there's really not. I mean, this way, if you're here, at least prevents you from being shot at from people coming from over in that direction. You know, other than that, there's really no unique spots for capturing the C spear. I don't even think you can go behind this alien pod here, and no, you can't. So capturing the C spear, you're pretty much wide out in the open. Just gonna want to ensure that you're armored up, you know, running around in circles or jumping up, jump up and get down. You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much wraps it up for Financial District. Hopefully you guys found some beneficial information in this one. There really wasn't too unique, you know, of spots for capturing or holding either the spears or the crash sites, but hopefully you found something beneficial. And please make sure you leave a rating. You know, it takes 1 second to click that thumbs up or thumbs down button. And as always, I appreciate any feedback you guys want to provide me in the comments. And that's about all I got. So until next time, I will see you on the battlefield. Ubu out.